Hey y'all! Today, I want to briefly discuss this Toddler of the Year ad that has been popping up on my Facebook. If we haven't learned since finding out that LifeTouch was in the Epstein files to not send photos of our kids anywhere, then we really are living through idiocracy. I have seen multiple influencers / full-on celebrities promoting this Toddler of the Year campaign that will give one lucky winner with the best toddler a cash prize of $25,000. So far, I've seen Abby Herbert promoting it, which is a TikToker that exploits all three of her children. And then I also saw Vanessa Hudgens promoting it, probably because she would have a toddler-sized child right now. Let's look into this a little more and see what other opportunities the winners will get. As soon as you look it up, Google pulls up this. Toddler of the Year is a joyful, purpose-driven competition that highlights the charm, energy, and personalities of toddlers aged 2 to 3 years across the United States and Canada, excluding Quebec. The campaign is hosted by celebrities such as Vanessa Hudgens and Mario Lopez, and it celebrates toddlers' creativity, playfulness, and spirit while raising funds for the Toys for Tots program, which provides toys to children facing financial hardship. Prizes and opportunities. The grand prize includes $25,000, starring in a national ad campaign, leading the Hollywood Christmas parade, and additional experiences such as trips to family-friendly attractions like a Peppa Pig theme park. The competition also offers national exposure through magazine features and media coverage, giving toddlers a platform to shine. Because that's exactly what society needs, is a platform for toddlers to shine. That just sounds like pedophile central to me. Continuing on. Eligibility and entry. Children must be 2 to 3 years old at the time of entry. Parents or legal guardians must be 18 years or older and permanent residents of the US or Canada. No purchase or donation is required, and this is important. No purchase or donation is required to enter, and an entry is free. Public voting determines the winner from selected competitors, and voters may choose to donate to vote more than once per day. So, of course, my first question after reading this is, who are the organizations that are behind this? When I looked into it, 2 companies came up. The article reads, the competition is run by Colossal Management LLC on behalf of DT Care Inc., a 501c3 charity, and has raised millions for Toys for Tots, supporting children in need during the holiday season. Since its inception, similar campaigns by Colossal have raised over $187 million for charitable causes. I immediately looked deeper into all of these organizations, and what I found out is that Colossal Management basically raises money for charities by doing online competitions. The only weird thing that stood out to me was that it's completely free to enter. So where is the donation money coming from? Even if you do pay to vote, it just doesn't add up that it would make, that much money, enough to pay the $25,000 plus. So that was my question. Where is the donation money coming from? Where is the $25,000 prize money coming from? And that's where DT Care Inc. comes in, because they are the actual non-profit charity that is putting on this fundraiser. Now, if you're wondering where a charity gets money like this from, you would be in the same boat I was in. So, of course, I looked into it and found out that a 501c3 charity is basically a religious charity. This particular charity uses its funds towards humanitarian aid, and this type of charity, a 501c3, has donors and sponsors that put money into the charity. And this type of charity is good for these donors because they can write their donations off on their taxes. DT Care is doing this particular Toddler of the Year campaign to raise money for Toys for Tots, which is also a religious-based charity that supplies toys for children whose families are in financial hardship during the holidays. The only weird thing that I noticed when researching is that Toys for Tots is an organization ran by the Marine Corps. They are the ones who run the entire thing. After doing all this research and finding all of this out, I was finally starting to put the pieces together. And while I still don't know the exact reason they're trying to extract children's photos and addresses from American and Canadian citizens, I have reason to believe, and this is just my opinion, that these fundraisers are performing money laundering and data extraction operations. And let me show you why I think that. The description for DT Care reads, DT Care is a nationally registered 50c3 nonprofit organization organization with a gold transparency rating on GuideStar. The DT Care flagship is located on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, otherwise known as the City of Bridges in the United States, with satellite offices spanning over 4 continents: Africa, Eastern and Southeastern Europe, Central America, and the Middle East. We actively work alongside incredible US-based organizations, churches, and local groups that share DT Care's commitment to uplifting undeserved communities and making a lasting impact. Our partners in the United States fuel the good we do worldwide, enabling DT Care's efforts to foster education, provide critical support in war, advance equality and women's rights, and promote environmental conservation. DT Care's U.S. mission is to collaborate with local organizations and groups dedicated to making a difference in their community and around the world through collection drives, spreading the word, and bringing people together for a common cause to help where it's needed most. A bunch of that corporate America word salad. Basically, what's being said here is that the fundraise money goes towards helping war-torn countries and to protect women's rights. The wars they're helping fund, you ask? They mention specifically Ukraine and Lebanon, but we all know what they mean when they say protect women's rights. It means this charity is sending money to the Middle East to help try and spread democracy. Doesn't it make sense now that the charity they're doing this for, Toys for Tots, is ran by the US Marine Corps? What I think is happening here is these big donors, which include Disney, AT&T, are funneling their money into this charity under the guise of world peace, and then the money is actually going towards funding wars in other countries, which will eventually triple its value and then make its way back around into the pocket of the donors. It's almost like putting your money in a stock knowing that it will eventually come back around and make you even more money. Not to mention, they can tax write off their donations. So what it actually looks like they're doing is high-end tax evasion through this organization that itself is non-taxable. Instead of being taxed on your money, you give it to this charity. This charity sends it off to war. That at the end of the day comes back around into the donor's pocket because war pays. We all know that. All of this pretty apparent corruption makes me question the reason behind Toddler of the Year and Baby of the Year, because if it's free to sign up, that probably means the data you're entering to sign up is worth more to them than a registration fee. It says that they make money off of votes, which is partially true. You only have to pay though if you want to vote more than once per day. I'm not sure how much they actually raise for Toys for Tots, but I do know that most of the donation that Toys for Tots gets is from fellow Americans donating and putting on their own toy drives. It just seems extremely shady because making over $25,000 in just votes seems unrealistic. The prize money and donations are obviously coming from donor money, not fundraised money. The part that makes me upset is that they're using children, which they know is a soft spot for people, to raise money to fund wars that are killing children. And even when you think that you're doing a good deed and you're doing the right thing, you might actually be supporting something that you have no idea in the background. And for me, that makes me uncomfortable. On one of the posts I saw promoting this, the comments were full of people's kids' faces, people posting their kids' faces. And I'm not going to show, obviously, that comment section, but I want to know, do people not realize that when you post your kid on Facebook, it's as simple as going to your profile and seeing where you're from? Most people have that in their Facebook information, where they grew up, where they live. So then you post it, someone goes to your profile, they see where you're from, and then boom, someone now knows exactly what your kid looks like and where they're located. Anyone who still posts their kids on the internet is actually retarded as fuck at this point. Also, please stop supporting any creators or celebrities that are promoting this campaign or this fundraiser because they are clearly selling themselves and their kids for a paycheck. Have you seen Toddler of the Year come up on your social media? What do you think of the information I was able to uncover here today? Does it make you think twice about your charitable donations? Let me know in the comments. It was great talking to you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!